Kanye again.
Yeah.
He's been doing quite a bit. He released the song Eazy, and he talks about beating up Pete
Davidson. Say you want to come for him, man. Yeah. Y'all seen, you probably seen a lot of with Kim for the longest. I've seen a lot of the blogs, news showing Kim out with Pete. I mean, they taking trips. They're going everywhere together. They just on this hot fling, right?
Yeah.
And for the longest, you see someone like Kanye just crying out to have his family back.
Yeah.
At his album, before his album released, he was doing that. He continually does it. He was on Drink Champs, basically going off about how she got, I think, her publicist or something in her ear, and all these different people in her ear, and it's just so sad.
It is
because I always thought, babe, like once I saw him get saved and knowing Kim's past and history, and I didn't see nothing
current.
Yeah. Because her family's very out there in the public.
There's, she's not as well. She's still explicit. Like she still posts very explicit pictures, but
from what I heard,
it's past and current. So just wanted to say that it's not just past.
But no, knowing that, I always thought like, I wonder what's like, how is she taking it now? He's a believer, and I heard that he's telling her to cover up.
He
more.
did get saved mid-marriage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He didn't come in like that.
Okay. Okay.
So this is a new situation.
Yeah, that's true.
And who knows if she's really a believer.
Yeah.
And so he may be saying, hey, we got to chill out on how you dressing. We got to chill on some of these things that we're doing.
He said that.
And she may not be with that.
Of course not.
And so a lot of times my dad always said, like, be careful, like if he always say you and your wife should
Here
always
comes the
be.
Nigerian accent, guys. Go ahead.
Augustine, you gotta stay on the same path. Like he tells me, like if my wife is going, like, so if your wife is going to college, you probably need to be going to college too.
Yeah.
If she's getting deeper in her word and studying harder, guess what you probably do? Because you don't ever want to be in a situation where y'all are going on two separate paths. You're at the dinner, y'all can't speak on some of the same things. Y'all can't even operate in the same circle.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I don't know if she was maybe willing to come along in that. You got to think she come from the world of, the way we know her from initially was sex tape. That's the first thing I ever heard of her before.
Well, she is who she is because of sex.
Exactly. So now we're taking that and
that's her whole
throwing
brain.
her in a whole nother world. And we didn't really see her like on Instagrams or nothing. At least I never heard of just like Jesus is Lord.
Yeah, nah.
He's crying it out big time. He's shouting it from the mountaintop.
I think this is a prime example of being unequally yoked. Once again, we don't know Megan Good and Divine, but I feel like it's the same thing where you have a woman or a woman and a man, and they're just, it's like, wait, how did those two get to, like, how? And not talking about opposites, but we're talking about the morals, the values. Like sometimes when those are off, like we can work. You like cold, I like being hot. You like the summer, like we can work those things out. But when we're talking about morals and values, I don't want to have kids, but you do. Or you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom, but you want me to be. Like those things can become, leads to divorce, like in many cases. And so I feel like, I don't know, were they surrounded by believers? Were they surrounded by other Christian couples? What if
she don't want to be embraced by that? Because again, she's not from that world. That's not her people.
And he don't probably know what the heck to do.
I want to go. Let's go.
He don't know how to even lead.
So and so's house.
But he doesn't even know how to lead as like a Christian husband, like properly.
He's probably learning it.
Yeah, he's like learning how to go. And then you have so I don't know. It's scary, like knowing those type of things, and let that take heed. If you're not married, like be on the same page, especially spiritually, because it's almost like, how I feel like with you and I, like whatever our discrepancies are, whatever we feel might come up, the bottom line is God.
Thank God for
and so
that.
when it comes down to it, when I ain't acting right, and it don't matter how much you run your mouth, you can talk to God.
I can go over there, like,
because guess who I'm gonna talk to later on?
You see this, right?
Yeah, you be like, because I sure do it.
So
I tell
you can
him
speak to her,
all the
I can't,
time.
because I can't talk
I
to
told
her.
him last night. I'm just
Probably did.
I probably
did.
Like,
But
you've been all right for like a year.
But real talk though, babe, you're telling the truth because, bringing us in, some people from the outside looked at us and then think, okay, that's not about to work.
First of all, we're 8 years apart.
Yeah, we 8 years apart.
Namdi got me as a young tenderoni.
Yeah, I came out of a situation
Yeah.
before that, as far as that being engaged and all that, broke that off, and broke up, all those things, and we probably both didn't give a lot of time as far as as much time as we should have to heal and all those things.
We were definitely emotionally detached.
So we brought in some stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit of a war.
But
for
the
a
one
minute.
thing
But
that both of us stood
thing-
on is knowing we were eager to
Man.
make it work with God, and we didn't even have too much of counseling. And I mean, we had
we had
two
marriage
sessions.
counseling. We had.
I'm talking about like during marriage, not before we got married. We didn't have
during marriage. Nah.
Yeah, we obviously had counseling before we got married, but like through it, I suggest you tapping in with somebody at least once a year, minimum.
Definitely, man.
Minimum. But
it's only by His grace. Like I look
Yeah.
at it sometimes when I see us and how far we have gotten without a lot of counsel. As
In
far
3
as that
years,
goes.
we'll be together for a decade. I just want
She
to put
loves
that
to
out
say
there.
that. Oh, like she loves to say that, but
In 3 years, it'll be a
time
decade.
flies though,
Wow.
and it flies when you're having fun.
It
In real talk, I'm
does.
with my best friend, and I
Absolutely.
love her to life, and so it's amazing. But yeah, so I just think about like when they don't have that foundation though.
Man.
Back to Kanye and them,
We wouldn't make it. We wouldn't have made it.
Without that foundation, we out, and that's what I think a lot.
We
of
didn't have
people don't
community. We didn't have accountability. We didn't have counselors. And then you want to add in not having God?
Yeah,
Oh, we would have made it.
'Cause-
Like, what?
because you look at them both now. She's messing with Pete now. He's with
Still legally married.
Yeah, they're both legally married.
Yeah.
He's with Julia now, and they're talking about how fly their new partners are. But you're in that euphoria stage where everything is just on like on heights.
Sex is
Everything's
amazing.
Everything is mind blowing.
Conversations just
all
like,
of that.
wow, you get me,
But
don't
when
you?
it all, because it will die down. When
Definitely.
the feelings fade and you're not really feeling them, what
The
will you have to
infatuation.
stand on?
Period.
And that's why a lot of
Sometimes
times
love
in
ain't
Hollywood
there,
we see that
sometimes-
split happen.
Sometimes love ain't there. Sometimes like ain't
Yeah.
there. Sometimes nothing is there
Come
but
on,
God.
for a period of
And
season.
if you ain't got God in that equation, man,
Yeah.
you will continuously see divorces. It's just point blank
Yeah.
period. And so, man, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know if it was a good thing to begin with, just to put that out there. I don't know. It was just odd, the whole situation, but I pray they exhausted their options. But more than anything, I pray for Kanye, because we do know he is a believer that he really gets his stuff together and really gets surrounded by some people.
keep them in prayer, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
This is an Iwebu production.
Period.